Scorpio. Welcome to Leo season. Oh, okay. I got a whole bunch of cards that just came out. What were they? Okay. This is what we've got. All right. Well, I mean, it's no surprise, right? Leo season, 10th house activity. It's no surprise that you have a lot of focus on your work life, your money life. Mercury is going to be going back direct, making its way through Leo. Venus comes through Leo, Jupiter direct. So there's a lot of activity in the realm of the material world. Where are you going? What are you trying to accomplish? Where do you want to take your life? What's the next chapter? All these kinds of questions are commonplace for Scorpio right now. Cancer season, you might still be suffering from a little bit of a Cancer season hangover, right? Still trying to, that was 9th house activity for you guys. So that's pretty, spiritual, existential. You come online with like a new perspective, a new way of looking at something, probably learned a lot of really cool things about yourself. And, there was change involved. Oh, and I know you know that life has the controls right now, and yet there's still that tendency to try to control it, try to control the narrative, try to control maybe another person, trying to get something from another person, get that emotion, get that feeling, get them to give you what you want. Now I'm seeing an Aquarian vibe with the star, right? That's the card of Aquarius. So it doesn't have to be an Aquarius, it can be any sign. But it's someone who's likely quite distant, okay? Or it's something. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be something that you've wanted for a really long time. A job, a promotion, a new living arrangement, whatever it is, a child maybe for some of you even. And it just consistently seems out of reach. Like you really just can't get what you want or get what you need from them. The moral of the story is don't try, right? That's kind of a very Buddhist, very, spiritual kind of thing. It's just to surrender into the process. The more and more you strive, the more and more you try to get it, it seems like the more and more elusive it becomes. I see you trying to run away from the star energy, but yet you're still looking back. You're still tied, you're entangled, you're entwined with one another. And I know you know it, and I know you probably don't want it, which is why you're probably taking on this 8 of Coins vibe, because you're like, you know what, at least with work, at least with my job, at least working with my clients and my coworkers, at least with those kinds of things, I know that if I put in the time and the energy, then it will probably produce some kind of result, right? There's an input and a process and an output, and it's very clear. Whereas with the star energy, it's not so clear. 7 of Swords, some of you may have been dealing with someone who was lying, or maybe you were lying, right? Maybe you were being a little bit deceitful. Maybe you weren't entirely clear, or someone was misinterpreting your information somehow. And there might have been some major understandings, or maybe there are still some misunderstanding as Mercury kind of goes back to its station and then makes its way back direct next week. There could be some interesting things in terms of straightening it out, or let's see what the other person's perspective really is, because I perceive them to be perceiving it this way, and maybe you're wrong, right? Or maybe they're wrong. So it's more about coming into clarity than it is about casting judgment. However, I don't know how worth it is to get clarity. I don't know how worth it is to get clarity. I don't know what you're hoping to get. I don't know what you're hoping to achieve with that. The star is all about the universe has it, right? The universe has your back. The universe has the control. You just kind of have to have faith. Focus on your own healing. Focus on staying optimistic, staying positive, and just kind of live and let be. Do the things that you know you can do. You know you can go to work. You know you can keep making money. You know you can be productive. You can introduce that new product line, whatever it is. You know you can do it, so just do it. The minute you start trying to receive something from someone is the minute that you're like, oh God, I'm back here. And I know that Cancer season really shoved some stuff in your face. That's what it does. That's what it did for everybody. It shoves some stuff in our faces so that we can like really confront it head on and not have it afflict us anymore, you know? And it's just like, when is enough enough? Because I remember having that conversation in April when I was in Barbados, and I had that whole dialogue of like, when you know, and you've always known, and you've always knew that you've known. And so now it seems to be really coming to a head of like, okay, like I know, and like anything more than this is just kind of self-torture at that point. That's what Seven of Swords, I always see it as like, you're just kind of doing it to yourself at this point. And there's so much promise. Exactly. What am I talking about here? Like releasing the demon, releasing the intensity, releasing the attachment, coming into a space of self-fulfillment. I'm going to just say something. Even if you were to get the thing that you thought you wanted so much, when the devil comes out, honestly, it's not going to be what you think it is. You know? The devil reverse suggests letting it go, walking away. This is your act of surrender right here. This is your act of surrender. And let me tell you why I'm loving this Eight of Coins so much. First of all, your back is turned to the devil, which is great. Why do I love the devil so much, or the Eight of Coins with the devil so much? Because I feel like the energy that you've been using and directing at this person or this situation, this elusive, unattainable thing, is now going to be redirected into creating a better life for yourself. It's going towards your family, it's going towards your children, it's going towards building your future, it's going towards that more beautiful home, or like whatever it is, or even just like getting yourself to a place where you simply feel more comfortable. You simply feel more satisfied, even if nothing changes. You find satisfaction through the Eight of Coins. And you know, Scorpio is one of those energies, like it can really go either way depending on what your individual planets are doing. It can be a sign that is really big picture and really likes to like think outside the box and likes to really push limits and push their teams and their employees and all that. They push people really hard. Or it's a sign that like really likes to get down to that nitty gritty stuff. They like to dig deep into the numbers. They like to dig deep into the data. It can really go either way. So you may be more taking on that quality of digging deep this month, you know, and like figuring out problematic areas that can be fixed, and all that energy goes there. It's almost as though the devil is, it's like long gone. Those are the words that I'm getting in my mind. It's long gone. Honestly, I have a feeling that when I say that, many of you are feeling a sense of both panic, like, oh my God, Jane's telling me it's gone. Jane's telling me it's never going to be mine. Da, da, da. And then others of you are going to feel a significant feeling of relief. Because how much longer can you sustain it? How many more times can you repeat that pattern? How many more times can you find yourself in that place? How many times can you ask yourselves the exact same questions that you've been asking yourself for years? Perfect Scorpio card. So intuitive, you know, whenever she comes out, it tells me that your heart is really speaking. And if you really listen, there's no problem here. There's nothing negative here at all. Because this is where you're going. This is where you're being led to, what you're being led to do. This is very Virgo. No planets in Virgo whatsoever. You're like preparing for Virgo season, it sounds like. But your heart is calling you to do this. Your heart is calling you to be simple. Because whatever this was, whatever this person was, whatever this whole like unattainable thing is, It's time, it was too complicated, right? It's too complicated. We're getting 3 major arcana coming out here. So it tells me this is the big month for you. Because as you align 10th house stuff, as you align with kind of where you're headed and your how people see you, kind of, it's kind of actually good that you might be getting some pressure from the outside of like how people see you, what people think of you. That might be good because it might help you to see it from other people's perspectives a little bit better. So to step into that whole like heal, it's not like it's this deep healing thing though. It's just a matter of like getting fed up enough, getting annoyed enough, getting like over it enough to push you in that direction of moving forward. Following your gut instinct, 100%, one of the most important things. Oh, whoops, hold on. I picked up the wrong deck. Let's move this deck over here though. Don't expect anything from anybody this month. Look, I know a lot of people are being like real slutty with their opinions right now. It's Leo season. Everyone wants to say something about everything. Everyone thinks they have the greatest idea. Everyone thinks they have the best advice. Everyone thinks, right? So that's why the High Priestess is a reminder for you to just disregard what everybody thinks, because it honestly does not matter. What everyone says, how everyone thinks you should handle it, even me, right? I'm a Virgo, so here we go. Even like whatever. You need to listen to your High Priestess. You need to listen to your Divine Feminine. You connect with that through meditation, through silence, through walks in the park or in nature. You connect with your High Priestess in darkness. Like take a long bubble bath and light some candles and, listen. Watch your thought processes and all of that, because honestly, whatever anyone is trying to give you right now, it's just not even close to being what you can do for yourself. 8 of Coins. It's not even close. It may also annoy you if this is someone who's connected with the attachment kind of deal. You may hear from them, they may try to reach out, whatever, last days of Mercury retrograde, going into, still in the shadow phase. There could still be some weird stuff, and yet I also kind of see you ignoring them, or maybe even being harsh and ghosting, because maybe you need to be harsh. I don't know. High Priestess can be harsh. She's really protective of her vibe, right? Super protective. So if this is coming in and kind of harshing her buzz, then she's just gonna like block you, and don't be afraid to do what you gotta do. This is self-preservation time. Leo season is manifesting in kind of opposite ways for people. It's people who are like really just, I gotta tell you what I think and my opinion's the most important. And then there are the people who are like really on their royal throne, right? Who are sitting there and listening to everybody but not saying anything. Those people are going to be the winners this month, that's for sure. Those are going to be the people that end up making the most progress. Because you know what your heart is saying. 3 of Cups. So this is how it's coming out, which you'll see when I put the camera down. So why is the 3 of Cups sitting under the Devil? Some of you may be dealing with a third-party situation. You may be involved in a third-party situation. I don't know how much longer you'll be able to keep that going, or the other person will be able to keep that going. First of all, there is, secrets come out when the High Priestess comes through. Everyone is honest. Everyone is authentic. So if someone asks directly, boom, like, are you cheating, or are you hiring someone else, or are you giving this promotion to somebody else? If you ask directly, you're probably going to get the answer that you want. Please do not listen to the rumor mills, right? Go directly to the source. Ask the person that you're dealing with directly, head on, be straight, and demand straightforward answer. Someone kind of gives you the runaround, because this can often be like a runaround energy. Someone gives you the runaround, you know they're probably lying. Right? You know they're probably lying. They're probably doing something shady, or they're probably like, some of you may say, well, this person's trying not to hurt me. Okay. But wouldn't it be better if they just hurt you? Wouldn't it be better if they just said the thing so that you could really just move on, or go look for another job, or go find another lover, or whatever? Yeah, I think it's better. You may experience a little bit of harshness with the situation, but ultimately it's in your greatest good, which the Star and the High Priestess, you know that it's in your greatest good. Another major arcana. Now this time, which again you'll see when I put the camera down, 3 in a row like this. These are really positive. Chariot is a card of movement, upward mobility, and I love it with an 8 of coins especially, because it suggests that you're not going to be here that much longer. You can't be here much longer. The energy is breaking. It's becoming brittle. That's what Uranus and Taurus is really doing for you guys. It's breaking up the things that have been stagnant for so long. So long. And you're liberating yourself from the devil, from the attachment, from the trying. And all of a sudden there's kind of like a, I'm going to curse, like I don't give a fuck kind of attitude. And when a Scorpio says that, when a Scorpio says something like that, and they genuinely mean it, you know that there's like no one has any control over you. And that is the absolute freedom. So that's what you're finding. And I think you're enjoying the ride a little bit. I think you're enjoying the honesty, the self-honesty, the authenticity that you represent. You're really stepping into that part of your archetype. And because of that, there's movement and change, and there's development, upward mobility, and there's alignment. Leo season is real good for alignment because it just forces us to just own it. Own our feelings, own our thoughts, own our place, call ourselves out on our own BS, and just let it go. Last one. Okay, 7 of coins. You may go through a period of there's a little conflict between these two, I think. You've been working super, super hard and you have been producing a lot of results. But it's this kind of dissatisfaction, maybe. Feeling like I have been working hard and this is where I'm at. This is the turning point for Scorpio to really start demanding more of themselves. For Scorpio to demand that they step into their own potential that they know they're capable of, and that the whole world knows they're capable of too. Like Scorpio has been kind of in brainstorming mode, maybe hermit mode, some of you, a period of really holding back and just kind of waiting and seeing things. And fine, great. And I know you've still been doing your regular stuff, but it's time to come out of that now. It's life breathing, right? You were in an ebb and now you're in a flow. So get in the flow. The feelings of dissatisfaction are simply going to show you what needs attention. That's it, right? So start giving those things attention. If it's not money, if it's not work, then it's your fitness, it's your health, it's your children, it's your writing your book, it's redecorating your home, it's connecting with your friends that you haven't seen for a while. Like whatever it is that you're feeling is lacking, spend the time and the energy there. That's going to be the most important thing because it's going to feed your soul. Okay, now I have a new little setup. Let's go ahead and switch views. Hopefully it's a little bit better for you guys. Thank you so much. See you in a bit. Okay, Scorpio, so here's how the card's laid out so you can kind of see the directionality of everything. I think the setup's a little better so it's not all skewed and oblique. A little bit more straightforward. Okay, what else for Scorpio? What else does Scorpio need to be aware of here? Two of Swords. First of all, I love a Two of Swords with a High Priestess, both number 2, obviously, but they also have this quality of the moon coming through. So you have the moons, plural, and you kind of have the star, and even the stars within the pentacles as well, indicating what I call celestial entities, right? Your guides, your helpers, your astro travel buddies, I don't care, whoever it is, ancestors, all that kind of stuff, you know, they're very much right next to you. And if you feel like now is a time where you really might need some help to move forward, to truly, truly release this, because I believe you actually really want to, in your core, that's what you really, really want. So you can call upon your guides to help you, but you need to be surrendered in order for that. Because if you like say, okay, yes, I need some help, but then you're still trying to force or try to get some kind of outcome from someone or something, you're not really surrendered and there's really nothing they can do. It's kind of that trade-off between like action and relaxation. And I think this is a time for you to be relaxed. Right? This is you doing the things you love, so be relaxed. That's how flow happens anyway. In your gut, you know, you're not really at a crossroads. It's not really about what to do because you already know what to do. And you've known. You've known. 5 of Swords, which we know is what I always say, it's my kind of catchphrase for this card, is the card of bad habits and toxic patterns. It's that recurring psychological thing that just kind of continually creeps back and creeps back and creeps back. Because whenever we feel like we are about to really release this, sometimes it's like that fear of actually being happy, as much as weird as that sounds. Scorpio is known for intensity, which we know. Scorpio is known for, okay, I'll say it, obsessiveness, right? Scorpio, Taurus, both guilty. Everyone can be guilty of it, but that's kind of your thing. It's kind of where you guys meet in the middle. You can be notorious for loving way harder and way deeper than the other person. And you can almost kind of become addicted to the getting part of it. Right? You can become addicted to that getting. So what this is really asking you is stop wanting to get anything. All right? Because I think it's that has caused so much sorrow and hardship. And why do that when you have this drive to create? This is a waste, like such a waste of energy, such a waste of time. It is like a drain. It just continually sucks life from you. And now it's time for you to really step into the light, okay? Now, I have a couple new decks. This is the Untethered Soul deck, which is my favorite book, okay? Oh, well, here we go. It's as you let go and willingly release the physical, emotional, and mental aspects of your being, spirit becomes your state. This is why I love this deck, because it's like everything always comes back to that. It always comes back to becoming your beingness, and the way to do that is to release. Right? To release yourself from that which tethers you. And in your case, I think it's emotional and mental. Right? You release yourself from the emotional attachment or the connection, from the process of getting, and you just become spirit. You become spirit, which is the true essence of who and what you are. One more oracle, if I can shuffle. Neverending Story. Okay, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. right? Enough. How much longer do you want this to be your story? Is this truly a never-ending story? Right? If you look at the person in this card, hold on, sorry. Let me get that. Okay, there we go. If you look at the person at this card, like, I don't know, this little fairy doesn't seem super happy about the fact that this story is ongoing, right? It's more oppressive, and the devil is always oppressive. So this is a story of Scorpio's liberation. This is the story of the process of the phoenix rising from the ashes, okay? Alrighty, now let's go ahead and pull the... You could be dealing, let's just put this out there. Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, which I have to laugh because these are both kind of like Saturn ruled signs. And this is, you know, really protected, as we know. This can also be another water sign. I also see really Scorpio energies with this, but could also be Cancer or Pisces as well. Okay, Seven of Swords. Let's get clarifying. So the cards that we pull here will be covered in the comprehensive reading, which will talk for another 20 to 25 minutes approximately. And that link can be found in the description box down below. Okay, Seven of Swords. Where there is confusion, that is the thing that you need to get away from, right? Like to run away from the confusion. Your healing needs to become your new obsession. Your liberation needs to become your new obsession. Let's do one more for that card. Okay. All right. The thing with these comprehensives is that sometimes the story takes an interesting turn. So I'm seeing a lot of dynamics between you and either one person or multiple people. So we'll talk about it. All right, so the Eight of Coins. Let's pull a few for that. Okay, yeah, stay away from the gossip circles. Only surround yourself with the people, right? With the people that are like super, super awesome. Emperor and Strength. Aries, Leo. Also maybe another Scorpio. All right, Devil reversed. Five of Swords. So that's our first recurring theme. Well, Seven of Swords too. Ooh, double devil. Double down on that devil energy. Lots of Scorpio energy coming through. Lots of power. Oh, damn, another Scorpio card. You guys kidding me? Either you're really in your Scorpio power or that Scorpio power is really working against you, right? That's where we need you to go. That's where you want to be anyway. 10 of Coins, 10 of Cups. I'm not going to pull any more for that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, Page. It's so funny, like, how serious this is, and then you get someone trying to, like, do a whole page thing with you. It's just, like, so ridiculous. Like, insert huge eye roll here, please. Okay. This is why, right? A Devil and a Lovers comes through. This is why you can't just walk away. If there's a sexual component to this story for you, I'm sure the sex is freaking amazing. And it's probably really, really hard for you to leave that alone, right? But we know, oh, double Chariot, excellent. We know that with Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer too especially, there is no differentiation between sex, love, and spirituality. They're like really one and of the same. And sometimes, all the pages came through. I have to laugh because it's just so silly. This is you sitting in that royal, remember how I talked about in Leo season, it's bringing out two different versions of people? This is you in your like throne, just sort of watching everybody else. Ooh, Two of Swords again. Okay, great. Let's clarify the Two of Swords. And Queen of Coins. 1. Okay, 5 of Swords. You gotta walk away if you want to receive the benefits of the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune requires the separation. Look, another moon. Another moon. Okay, perfect. And Hanged Man at the very bottom. So this is where we're going to pick up for you guys for the comprehensive. Link will be down in the description box. Thank you so, so much for everything. I wish you nothing but the best. Have an excellent Leo season, and I will see you next month. Take care.